Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 12, Week 3, Day 6. So today, of course, we shall be continuing the vault grind, and off stream when I was grinding for some, so we'd have a few paloozas to end up using immediately if we so choose. We finally did it! Our verse 2s have overtaken our verse 3s. This has actually never happened yet. This is the very first time, so now we have had 3 different numbers be our lowest number. Initially it was verse 4 for when they first came out. Then for the longest time it was verse 2s. And now for the first time ever as of today, verse 3 is now officially our lowest verse. Verse 1 has never been our lowest, and at this rate probably never will be. But all the other 3 have been at some point now. So that's cool. Anyways, let's start with some dungeon, I guess, because Adventure Board, gosh, has like nothing on it today, unfortunately. But let's see if we can get to the dungeon. Play Guess That Room. Ooh, yes. Oh, I almost clicked stay. But yeah, let's go reach the final floor. We're floor 17. I was saying hopefully by the end of the year we'll end up hitting 20 on this, and we're getting there. Oh no, there's a trap. We got trapped. Unfortunate. What's your trap? Is that stun? Actually, does stun even matter? Stun doesn't matter too much. Actually, it doesn't matter at all. Yeah, it doesn't matter at all, because Empower triggers before... Oh, wait. Yeah, Empower still triggers before Stun. Because it still triggers after all traits occur, which is really funny. Like, it occurs on turn 0, but it occurs at the end of turn 0, so it doesn't actually stop your traits. Like, in theory, a turn 0 stun would be like, oh, I won't be able to do any of my traits. But it triggers, like, exactly after all traits have triggered. So the stun does basically nothing. Or at least on start of battle-ness, it doesn't do anything. Which I find pretty funny. Because theoretically, it could be the most annoying thing ever, where it could stop empowers and stuff like that. But even though it occurs on turn 0, it occurs at the end of turn 0 rather than at the beginning of turn 0. So all your traits would have already triggered by the time it triggers. Which makes it pretty much redundant. It's basically a standard stun at that point. Honestly, I almost would have liked to see it the other way around. It would definitely make it more challenging, that's for sure. Like how you would have to team build around it. If it triggered before your traits. Also, these things are starting to get beefy. Gosh, level 200, 190, 180. Also, hello everyone, by the way. I hope all you guys have been having a wonderful weekend. Hello, Bill. Hello, Dwight. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Emernator. Hello, Crisp. Hello, Easy Breezy. Hello, Isabel. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up? Pretty much the usual. For it being winter, it was pretty warm today. Like, surprisingly warm. Also, why on earth do I hear fireworks outside? Oh, wait. Is today? No, today's not Friday. It's Saturday. Why is there fireworks outside? I thought for a second it was like Friday because... Oh, you know what? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Because it's more likely it would happen on Friday than on, Saturday. Anyways. They're really loud. Which makes me assume they're pretty close by. It must be at, like, Broadway at the beach or something. Maybe they have some kind of event going on tonight. Oh, do I need that? Why do I not remember what this guy looks like visually? Yeah, I do. Okay. Well, we found our distraction. Let's go clear this out real quick. Got ourselves a little mole. Then we'll clear this, clear dungeon, and then we'll go into vault grind. We'll probably start with some paloozas. Start with the ones we farmed off stream, then go hunt for more of them. So we'll use 2 initially, since now our lowest is no longer 2, but 3. So that means we only have 2 verse 3s until we hit 10. And then we'll hunt for more. Where our main goal is not to find verse 2 necessarily, but we do need those as well. But to find verse 3 for the first time ever. Or at least as the one that's bottlenecking us on getting further paloozas. So hello, Easy Breezy. I was stopping by for the mayhem. Yeah, we're going to be grinding. I want to say we'll probably go for about 2 hours tonight. And then tomorrow we'll go for quite a bit longer. I might go longer than 2 hours tonight. We'll see. My main goal is to see if we can hit 5,000 keys. Is that going to happen? Probably not, but we could try. I feel like we're going to be a couple hundred off, like 200 off or something. We still would have gotten a couple hundred by that point then. Oh, we might be a little off. But anyways, where are we? Let me finish out this pet before I forget to go claim it. This is one we need a lot of copies of. Alright, what do we need here? Go for Leprechaun. Fortunately, not that good of a board. Alright, I'll take over red. Get that going. Hello, Scout. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Clip Bomb. Hope all's been well. Alright, final one for the little mole guy. Which I can't remember what bonus he is. He seems like he'd be from Kazale. What bonus could he possibly be from Kazale, though? Oh, is that enough boost ratio? It is. Oh, it isn't! No! It's off by one. How could you? One singular damage, and I don't really have a good way to poke. Actually, you know what? We're going to win off a Leprechaun. Oh, no, we aren't. Never mind. I forgot you're blocked on green on Phoenicia. Wait, what is this guy's bonus? Rogue! Wait, you're a rogue bonus? Really? What kingdom are you from? Oh, we got enough copies. I need 3 for an upgrade, and we got 3. That's rather convenient. Yeah, what kingdom is this guy from? Zoom. Interesting. It's a weird kingdom. Well, I guess it is technically a dwarf kingdom. That's the other dwarf kingdom. Kazale's the initial one. This guy's from the other one. A little bit weird to give a rogue bonus there, though. Doesn't Zoom have almost no rogues? Like, I'm pretty sure the number of rogues in Zoom is 2, if not less. Oh yeah, you're under D's. I'm not sure why I was thinking Z. Probably because the second letter is Z. But anyways, how many rogues are here? I want to say 2 or less. Like, how many could possibly be here? 0. Well, I was right, 2 or less. Way less. But yeah, why on earth is a rogue pet from a kingdom where there is 0 rogues? That makes 0 sense. Like, if I think rogue pet, I think like, oh, Blackhawk or something. But, nope, Kazale, I mean Zoom, of which there are 0 rogues in the entire kingdom. Also, we already got all of our crowns, by the way. And of course, we're not getting any good loot from here. We're just getting, you know, the little little bit of rewards all the way at the bottom there. It's not much, but hey, it adds up. Anyways, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. So, yeah, let's start running some paloozas. Let me go get the timer up, because I don't have a timer up right now. Let me go open it. One moment. It's all the way over here. Loading, loading, loading. Loading, loading. There we go. Let's make sure it's working. Does indeed seem to be working. Okay, everything about it seems to be working. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go start a palooza. Also, denied the update. It's working perfectly fine without one. Anyways. Oh, I didn't finish the dungeon. Let me go do that real quick. Actually, before we go do that. Also, I need to make sure we go change our team, too. Also, hello, Genki. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, how have all you guys been doing on the Vault grind? We haven't farmed it a super high amount, but we're getting there. Nothing else off stream today. I was able to get a few verse sets. To enough of a degree where verse 2 is no longer our lowest, so that's cool. Now we have a different problem. We just replaced one problem for another problem. Verse 2 is no longer our lowest. Now it's just a different verse. Because all of them, you're always going to have one that's lower than all the others. You're never going to get a point of equilibrium. Unless you're just really lucky. Also, I am not used to these fights having higher stats. Is something that I am noticing. We should really go replace out the hero class for something tankier. Because they're starting to get kind of vicious towards that higher end. Alright, so, next order of business. Let's go set our team to Dust Devil. Specifically the correct Dust Devil team, which is not the one I was using earlier. But rather this one. Because the other one goes quicker if you're just looking to kill out for verses and just other stuff, EXP. However, we do need the 25 damage that this one provides in order to actually do enough damage to them for the higher HP ones. So now that we have that all set up, let's go run a palooza. Let's see. Bill, you actually looked it up? That's funny. That is really funny. I don't keep up with any of that nearby. Unless I have, like, company over, like, I almost never pay attention to local events. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Palooza. Okay, there we go. So we have 2 sets to go use. And of course, we'll use them one at a time. Got your 66 verse 1. Mine actually aren't that big of a gap these days. I was looking at it. It's like, what, a 20-something? Because our highest verse, I think, is like 37. And our lowest right now is now 11 after using the one we just used. It's like a 26 gap or something. In our normal paloozas. I always feel so weird saying gap in that regard. Because I'm not referring to a normal palooza. I'm referring to the distance between 2 numbers. The way you normally use the word gap. However, gap in Gems of War almost always means Nomapalooza. But I always use it to refer to, you know, the actual term of gap. Oh, so our hero level has slowly but surely been increasing. Still got another 27 to go. There's no way we're hitting level 1,800 by the end of the year, though. Unless we grinded, like, nearly every second of every day during, the Guild War week, where we have a 100% bonus. Because I think we can get, like, 1 level per 2 hours during that duration. Which means if we won 4 of the Guild War days... and let's say we grinded for 10 hours each of those days. That'd be 5 levels across those days. That'd be 15 levels. That still would be short. Even if we grinded for 10 hours on 4 days during Guild War, on assumably every day that our guild won, we would still be... What'd that be? We'd still be... Well, that would be 20 levels then in that situation. But we'd still be... How many short is that? Can't check until I see my number again. That would still be 7 short by the end of next week. But I would assume that every day we won Guild War, we then the following day grinded for like 10 hours. Which I'm probably not going to do. Maybe some amount of time. But definitely not that much time. But that'd be like the only way we can hit 1,800 by the end of the year. Based on where we currently are. A poll time for what? A poll for what? What level are you these days, Isabel? I know you were like getting really high. Did you ever reach 2,000? I don't think you did yet. Yeah, 1,959. Almost. You are not 1,999? Oh, nice. Are you going for 2,000 this weekend? Oh, so hello, Henry. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, that means tomorrow you'll probably get the level then, while you're farming the Vault event. Definitely a huge milestone. I would basically consider 2,000 to be the highest level in the game. It keeps going up, but for all intents and purposes, as far as stats are concerned, you are essentially maxed when you hit 2,000. Even though, in theory, it keeps going up, you're theoretically maxed at 2,000. Is essentially the final level, even though it's not actually the final level. But for all intents and purposes, it basically is. Because the next stat you don't get until 3,000. And I'm pretty sure no one has 3,000. And even though some people are actually surprisingly getting somewhat close to 3,000, the number of people that have it are so low that you'll probably almost never face someone at level 3,000 anyways. So level 2,000 is basically max. You'll be lucky if even like once a month you'll have to face someone who's level 3,000. And even then it's only one extra stat on their hero. It's probably a useless one too, like HP. Well, HP is not useless, but you know. One singular HP is generally useless. Unless you get very lucky and that happens to be the difference between life and death. Not the weapon life and death, but you know, the actual thing dying. Speaking of which, we had life and death earlier this week. Really good weapon. Unfortunately not on Soulforge, only on Tuesday. I really wish it was available for the entire week. Those Tuesday weapons are really annoying to get if you don't already have them. Because they're only available for like 1 day out of a year. So if you're missing one, or a lot of them, or you're trying to completionist them, it takes a while of remembering to check every Tuesday. You seen one player on Xbox who's over level 3,000? Oh gosh. I'm pretty sure there's someone on PC Mobile already who I'm not aware of. I know there were a couple that were getting close, but by now they might have already gotten it. Yeah, it is pretty crazy to have that high of a level. It realistically takes over 20,000 hours between all playtime to be at that point. The actual number of hours depends, depending on how much, you know, you're actually specifically doing the most efficient farming method. But I'm pretty sure the average level 3,000 has over 25,000 hours of playtime. If not closer to 30,000. Like, I sometimes think our, like, 15,000 something number is high. Then I realize there are people with more than double that number. And then it's like, ah, I guess we haven't played this game that much, have we? Comparatively. Oh, and I definitely play Gems of War a lot more casually these days. I think the most tryhard we ever were was near the beginning of Guild War, where we actually won as a guild the very first Guild War ever. But around that time was when we were probably the most tryhard with everything. Nowadays, we kind of just go through the motions. It's just a fun little daily to do. Until the heart is removed. Yeah, I still need to go get new emojis next year. Replace out most of the ones we have. We're keeping the hello, though. And the soon TM. Though they might be slightly different, but we are keeping them. Everything else is going to be overhauled, though. Yeah, we got to keep the big hello and the soon TM. Those are never going. Don't give him another reason to keep the blue heart. No, it'll go at some point. A custom 69 emoji must be prioritized. Yeah, true. If you have multiple people playing the same account, it would be easier. I believe the dev said in the past that was kind of like a bannable offense. But then they kind of just didn't care. But, yeah, I believe it is technically against the terms of service of the game to have multiple people constantly playing on one account to that degree. Like for leaderboard, cheesing, and stuff like that. But I don't think they enforce it to any degree these days. I do a poll, and if we keep the blue heart, well, we're still gonna have a replacement heart when we replace it. Though I do have to say, Genki, not liking the blue heart has definitely encouraged me to keep it longer. To find it really funny. But it will eventually be replaced. Probably early next year. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wouldn't do that. I'm like trying to mash click for the cast, but then accidentally swipe. What about a blue heart with 69 written on it? No. What's with her not liking the blue heart? I don't know. I think it's something about the border line around it isn't like perfectly around the thing. Because I made it in a non-vector program, so it didn't scale that well. Would have scaled better if you did in like Illustrator or some other thing that's vector based. If I removed a blue heart, will she add it to her channel? Who knows? Maybe if we replace it with something, we'll keep swapping it back and forth. Because I believe it only takes like less than a day for it to update. So you could theoretically keep like replacing out what emojis you have constantly. So that's the first Vault weekend in a while where we're not keeping track of our exact number of Vault keys. Actually, I kind of prefer it that way. The only problem is by the end of it, we won't know our exact number. It's mostly because I forgot to track what the actual initial number was. Which happens sometimes. Occasionally. Oh, is that just a curse gnome? It was. Generally, if you need curse runes, you would have waited at this point. However, we want Vault keys more than we want curse runes. I miss clicking the Dust Devil a lot. I'm so used to doing earlier today when I was just doing the single Dust Devil cast. Because I'm so used to just clicking once for it to be the win. And then switching over back to this team, a little bit confusing sometimes. Because you have to double cast instead of single cast. So sometimes if your first cast, you're like, oh, battle 1. And it's like, nope, you need a second one. Cover the rest of the damage. Oh, so after we run the next Palooza, we'll go ahead and redeem code. We're probably going to run 2 paloozas, then grind a bunch, and then use whatever paloozas we get from that grind. It's pretty much the game plan at this point. We run some paloozas, grind for some paloozas, run some paloozas, and pretty much our plan. Which is pretty much the exact gameplay loop of what vault events are, of course. Is farm palooza, then use them, then farm them, then use them. And then get a billion loots. You can then use at a later point. Alright, let's wait a few seconds. Let's see, did we get anything good for the final fight? Okay, a Glory Gnome and 2 souls. I wish the last slot was something different, but not a horrible yield there. That should be enough time. Let's see what we get here. And nice. Double max roll. Oh, nice. You know what? Isn't this his max roll? Does he have like a weird 500 or 200 drop? I think he does have a weird 200 drop. But that's almost his max roll. And these two did max roll. Unfortunately, we got lowest roll and Glory Gnome. But hey, 10,000 souls right there. Pretty nice. Why we don't need a soul farm these days? Gosh, we're almost at 17 million. Like, if we meddled a bunch of stuff, that would start going down. But, numbers has been kind of going up. Anyways, we'll go run back another palooza then. And then we'll go do some actual farming back at the Cinder Mirage or wherever quick kill location we want to do it. And I generally just like doing it in Cinder Mirage though. So you don't have to do it there. Oh, so we did already take the small, right? Just double checking. Yeah, we did. Got our 3 copies and upgraded them. Adventure board has nothing. Okay, let's go do it then. Oh, you know what? A ward event. Has my guild finished ward event? Pretty much, yeah. Wait, am I like the lowest person in our guild? Yeah, pretty much. But hey, good job, guild. You're almost there. So close, yet so far. Wait, how many points can we actually score during the event? Should we go get it real quick? How close are we? It's somewhat close. Let me see how much we get for one fight real quick. Just for the fun of it. We might go get the rest of the points for our guild real quick. It's a pretty easy event to kill out. I just want to see how much points we get total. Oh, I just realized it's not going to tell me. I need to check. Because what's going to tell me at the end of the battle is how much currency we earned. It is not going to tell us how many points we earned. Because how much currency we earned and how many points we earned are 2 completely different numbers. Because what we earned is 5 blue crystals. How many points is 5 blue crystals, though? Wait, not a lot. Hold up. How much did I even move by? Okay, let's keep track of the number. It's 1,575. Let's see how much it moves if we win. Well, not if we win, but when we win, I should say. We're definitely not losing this fight. So it was again 1,575. And it is now, after 5 crystals, so we got 25 points. That'd be too many battles to have to do right now. Because that means we'd have to use almost every last sigil we have. You got this, guild. They'll have it done soon. Soon, TM. Let's claim it tomorrow night. Alright, back to dust leveling. Up, that's not how I want to do it, though. Let's go run a palooza. Yeah, it's 5 points per crystal, which means we'd have to use like 10 sigils to basically our whole stack to get all the points that we still need, which would take a little bit too long. Yeah, there is that one battle that has that 1.18 multiplier thingy. Doesn't make too huge a difference, though. Also, I came prepared with 2 waters, which I haven't even started drinking yet. That's because I drank something before I even started the stream. Actually, it was really good, too. I can't remember what the brand thing was called, even though I've gotten it a couple times now. But it's basically a... I know some people would probably find it, like, really disgusting. But it's like a... almost like a strawberry banana smoothie mix. And gosh, is it so good. As I feel like some people would hate the combination of strawberry and banana, but I absolutely love it. Drinking before the stream. No, not that kind of drinking. No, I never drank in that regard. I don't know, I don't really ever see much of a point in drinking like that. Alcohol is essentially just a poison to the body. There's almost no reason to consume it. If it's doing it for like a certain like emotion or feeling, you can get that from other things. I don't know, I'll get a similar sensation if I just like stay up long enough. You start to get like that natural high. Which isn't quite the same as drinking, but it's a pretty close effect. Strawberry banana. Oh, another curse gnome. Strawberry banana smoothie from McDonald's. Wait, they have a strawberry banana smoothie? I don't even know. Didn't even know that. Oh no, I generally don't go to McDonald's that much because they got rid of every menu item I love. Fruit parfait, gone. Chicken wrap, gone. What else do I even like from there? Whatever it is probably gone. Wait, do they still have... Okay, here's the true test. If they've gotten rid of everything. Does McDonald's still have as a breakfast menu? Because I haven't had breakfast there in like years. Do they still have on those breakfast menus those little buns that are kind of like pancakes that have like the jelly in them? Not jelly, but whatever they're called. Syrup. Do they still have those? Like the syrup bun sandwiches things? Because if they got rid of that, they have officially gotten rid of everything I like. Okay, they still have that. Okay. They have kept one thing I really enjoy from there. One singular thing. Because those are actually pretty good. They're really expensive, though. Yeah, McGriddles. I think that's what they're called. Because I actually do like those a lot. But they are not worth the price. But they are good. They are indeed good. Though very overpowering taste. You definitely can't eat more than one. Or probably shouldn't. Like, it'll definitely wake you up in the morning, that's for sure. Oh, Isabel, what was your question? Let's see. You thought you only loved strawberry frosty? I like strawberry and banana. Wendy's just doesn't have such a thing. Also, some person said they were going to replace them with some kind of mint one for the holidays. Have they done that yet? Because I need to stay clear of Wendy's, if so. All I know in fast food news is that nacho fries are back. Yeah, I have not had Taco Bell since then. I've said that story many times already. Like, when I was a kid, I always wondered, like, why is there no fast food place that has, like, nacho cheese with fries? And then, like, decades later, Taco Bell was finally pretty much the first one. Because why does no other fast food chain do this? I don't understand. Like, it's such a free, like, infinite selling item to have nacho cheese with fries. It's not that hard. And Taco Bell figured that out after many decades. Just don't understand why more fast food places do it. Like, I understand why more fast food places don't do onion rings, because it's a harder item to maintain and everything like that. But, I don't know, nacho fries with cheese, not that hard. Especially if you're already doing fries. Like, it's just one step extra. And a very minor one at that. Yeah, honestly, a mint frosty sounds awful. I might try it once, just to see how horrible it is. Who knows, maybe we'll even try it on stream. Because I think I got some coupons for the place earlier. Maybe I'll try it once. But, yeah, it sounds awful. Sounds absolutely abysmal. Like, I don't mind the mint-flavored things, necessarily. It's definitely not my favorite flavor. But, you know, there's mint-flavored things I would eat. But a mint-flavored Frosty sounds like it would taste like soap. Like pretty much soap without the burning sensation. Get the Dairy Queen candy cane. I unfortunately can't really eat it, Dairy Queen, normally. Even though I have in the past, they do have a lot of nut-related products, and for the most part, I should just try to stay away from them. Because it could eventually get mixed and kill me. They haven't yet. So it doesn't mean they won't. Dairy Queen, a food that isn't ice cream, is very hit or miss. I've actually had some pretty okay meals from Dairy Queen before. Because they don't sell only ice cream stuff. They sell, like, actual, like, food. And honestly, it's not necessarily bad. Like, it's not the best food you're ever gonna have. But I've definitely had some very surprisingly, like, half-decent things at Dairy Queen before. Like, actual food-wise, not ice cream-wise. So, hello, Patrick! Welcome, welcome. You mean like toothpaste? I don't know, probably more like soap. Oh no, it sounds like it would taste more like soap. Soap and toothpaste definitely have a much different taste. I know. Well, obviously from toothpaste, but I've also had soap before a couple times. Mostly out of curiosity. Long story short, don't eat it. You don't eat your soap. Obviously, I was a kid when I did it. It was like one of those things like, I use this product like every single day. I wonder what it tastes like. Oh no, peanut butter sauce is poison. No. Do I have to say, some really good hot fudge and ice cream is amazing. It's just hard to find good hot fudge that may contain nuts. Or, you know, processed in such a way. Oh no, hot fudge that can melt ice cream in like seconds. Really good. It's like the equivalence of having ice cream with apple pie. Like its melting capability. Oh, so how do we get on the topic of food again? You know, any stream that I'm hungry. Because the topic will always get to food in some way, shape, or form. Because I did eat, but I ate quite a bit earlier. I'm definitely grabbing a bite after this stream. Actually, I'm probably having the rest of the KFC. At this point, it's just some gravy, potatoes, and biscuits. But hey, gravy and biscuits, pretty good. Definitely quite a southern food, that's for sure. Like, I never realized when I was in the north, like, how much more common it is. Like, I never really thought of, like, no place around me really does biscuit and gravy. But then when you're in the south, it's like, is there any place that doesn't have biscuit and gravy? Like, it's almost everywhere. A buffalo chicken pizza, that's definitely very hit or miss. I've had some that literally made me vomit before. Though one of the pizzas I ever had was a barbecue chicken pizza. At one place that I believe went out of business in this area? Or is under new ownership? I can't remember. Or both. I think it went under business and then went under new ownership or something. But prior to them going under new ownership, or whatever happened to the place, it was by far the one of the best pizzas I've ever had. That wasn't like standard pizza types. The absolute best pizza I've ever had is still at the Sawmill. Actually, I'll be going there in a couple weeks when I head back to New Jersey. I still don't know the exact date yet, oddly enough. But soon TM. About a couple weeks from now. Around the time of New Year's. Anyways, what am I looking for? I'm looking for my Iron Hawk team. Actually, I showed you guys the picture of it too in the past. The big old pizza slice. I'll make sure to take a new picture of it when I go. I might even post it on the little social thingy. It's kind of funny because the place actually advertises themselves as world famous pizza. Which honestly, I wouldn't disagree. Because aside from a few places I've had in New York on occasion, way back, like decades ago, I can't really think of a place that has better pizza. Like, as far as the overall pizza experience, it's definitely my favorite pizza place I've ever ate at. Sawmill in New Jersey. And it has survived a hurricane and 3 fires. Somehow. It's really funny. Because they're so prepared for another fire that, you know, most places have internal sprinklers, or, you know, to be able to extinguish a fire if there was to be one. However, they are so over-prepared that after the last, like, rebuild from the 3rd fire, they got external fire extinguisher things. Like, you know those little things that are on the ceilings of, like, schools and other buildings that almost look like a little, like, ceiling sprinkler? They have those on the outside and the inside. Like, normally they're just in the inside. But they literally have it on, like, the entire border of the outside of the building now. They are so prepared for a fire. It almost looks like a fire department. And, like, how prepared it is for a fire. Like, they do not want to burn down. For a 4th time. Well, technically, they didn't really get burned down the other times, necessarily. They've taken damage, but never, like, burned down. But they are very prepared to take no damage from the next one, that is for sure. Oh, nice. Wow, we're really high rolling today. 5,000 and the 1,000 on our final ones. Unfortunately, I don't need those. What's even our other drop? Oh, yeah, we high roll too. 30,000 gold. It can go up to 50,000. But 30,000 is still a high roll for that. Cool. Anyways, that's probably all the palooza we'll be able to run for a while. Oh, I do need to go update my mimic number, though. Where's my mimic number? Mimic number. Where are you at? Where's my mimic number? Mimic! There it is. Oh, it's overlapping the other number. You can still see the relevant one, though. 131. There we go. There's our little mimic. Okay, anyways. So, let's go farm. That's all the paloozas we had saved up from today. Let's go back to grinding for more. So it's Isabel's fault you broke your diet and had 2 extra slices of pizza. I had a whole pie the other day. Though not all in one day. Though I easily could on if I was really hungry. Though it has to be good pizza though. Average pizza, I definitely can't eat a whole pie in one day. It has to be good pizza. Like honestly, how good a pizza is can be determined by how much I will eat in the first sitting of the pizza. If it's 1 or 2 slices, it's below average. If it's like 4 slices, it's like passable. If the whole pie is gone, it's a good pizza. That's basically the day 1 test on how good a pizza is for me. Is the number of slices I eat on it on day 1 of getting the pizza. Will I grind extra when they add a Dragonite Gnome? It depends how much more we need. Because by the time they add a Dragonite Gnome, there's a chance we don't need... Hey, verse 2. But that's not the verse I need anymore. No! But, that's really funny. Well, verse 2 is definitely not our lowest anymore. It's now verse 3. Already was, but even more so now. But anyways, what was I just saying? But, it really depends how much more Dragonite we need. Because if it gets added in January, yes, we are going to be grinding it like crazy. Because we're still going to need more Dragonite, and I don't want to spend any more gems. If they add it in March, not really. Because we're going to have almost all the Dragonite we're going to need. And while we still could get some more Dragonite to get like a second Dimitraxia or a third of that 6-color dragon, we don't necessarily need to. So it'll be less incentive to grind for it. But it really depends when it gets released. If it gets released in the very, very first patch of next year, which is likely mid-January, then yes, we will definitely grind it. If it's closer to March, which is the generally going to be the first biggest patch of the year, which is the more likely one for it to be in, then we have less incentive to actually go and grind it by that point. As we'd pretty much be good to go on Dragonite, or very close to it, where we'd only need like maybe a couple hundred more or something, which obviously would just be like another week. But it really depends. Also depends when the Vault event happens relative to the buff, or you know, to them getting added. Because obviously, realistically, they're probably going to be as rare as Curse Gnomes, realistically. And you guys know how annoying Curse Gnomes are trying to find when it's not a Vault event. So realistically, you would have to be on the first Vault event after they get added. Because trying to find one when there's not a Vault event added is going to be very unlikely for you to actually be able to find it. And that means it could take even more weeks after the patch. Because even if it is a January patch, if it happens after the Vault event, then we could still have to wait like 4 weeks for it or something. 4 to 6 weeks. Though they sometimes, when there's a patch like that, they do a Vault event really early, like a week or 2 after the patch, or even the weekend after the patch, so that people can grind the new content. Though that's not to say they will guarantee do that this time, but time will tell. They've done that for a couple of them. Most notably when Paloozas came out. Because they broke it like crazy on the Thursday that they did extra. Because the rates were way above what they probably ever intended. Like way above. We are talking many ways of ways. Because each palooza was giving more than 1 palooza in return. Like you did a palooza and you got like 2 paloozas in return, if not more. It's kind of insane. Like you could earn like 3 to 5 paloozas from 1 palooza, while still getting all the loot of palooza. That was also pre-nerf to the resources too. So you were getting 100% of the resources for every fight rather than just the very last one after the 15-minute period. But every single one was actually the full amount. Oh yeah, I never did hand out a code. I said I would do it after that thing. I'm gonna go do it right now though. Oh, so that reminds me. Thanks for reminding me. I need to go contact Kafka. But she's most likely to see it either tonight or tomorrow night. Because I still haven't gotten the seasonal codes. She said we'd have some special ones for the holiday. And she still hasn't given me any for December yet. It's already the 3rd day. Yep, no problem. Come on, show me the verse 3s. Feels weird to be encouraging another verse at this point. That's the one we're missing. Actually, I can't remember. Which one's the Cursed 3 Gnome? I always confuse it with the one that's for verse 1. Because verse 4 is the drummer guy. Oh yeah, isn't verse 3 the guy that looks like Kiss? I'm pretty sure it's the one that looks like Kiss. With the very long tongue. Because verse 1's that weird guitar guy. Verse 2 is the Savage Lips. Verse 3 is the big tongue guy. And verse 4 is the drummer thingy. Gosh, we might gain a level before we find a single verse 3. Which would be kind of sad. Is the only problem with farming verses? You could find like a few sets in an hour, but you can also go a whole hour and find 0 sets. Like you might still find some verses, but not the ones you necessarily need. There's always the weird thing about verses. Because they're never always going to be evenly distributed. You're always going to have that one that's like way too high and another one that's way too low. And as Isabel mentioned, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Yeah, this whole weekend's just gonna be vault grind. And we're kind of trying to push towards 5,000, though I'm not too big a deal if we don't end up reaching it. Just gonna head towards that general location, even though we're probably ultimately gonna be like 200 short or something by the end of the weekend. Because I did not start with many paloozas. I think we started with 2. Which is not a lot of excess. And I need to make sure I keep the other ones in case we have one for when I'm away. For the holiday. Because I won't have as much time to grind them. That's one of the main reasons I always keep a reserve of 10. In case we're away or some other reason where we won't be able to play as much. You're just throwing down a 3 palooza, you get a lot of pity value for it. So you always want to have a few on reserve. My few number just happens to be 10. How's my shiny hunt been going? I have like almost not shiny hunted at all in Scarlet and Violet. But I barely even played it today. Though I did catch that worm from the previous stream. We caught him in the moon ball because of the nice starry sky above him. Also, it matches him because of the blue that's on the ball. Honestly, I really like his design. I haven't seen all the new shinies and what they look like. But, I already know it's probably one of my favorite. The only thing I hate is that one of my favorite looking Pokemon, that's the default version, has a shiny that I absolutely despise. So I'm never going to actually hunt for its shiny. Because they took like a perfectly blue color and made it look like Soviet Russia. Like that's literally what it looks like when you look at his shiny variant. Like, the first thing I think of when I see his whole design with that coloration, it's like, oh, Soviet flag thing. Like the little sickle thingy. The Roaring Moon. Because he has such a cool, like, base design. But then the shiny just completely ruins it. With the coloration that they change it to. You have found 13 verse 3s. That's a lot of verse 3s. So far, I have found only 2 full sets of verses. However, I have probably found like a dozen verses or so. But very few of them was what I actually needed. The verse 1 gnome, you called him Slash. Actually, we just got one of him. Fortunately, not the verse I need. Is the one I need the least, actually. Yeah, he still keeps appearing. He still keeps appearing. He does not stop. It's literally the verse I need the absolute least. And all he does is show up every single time. That's 2 in a row. Not literally in a row, but you know. Pretty much in a row. As far as verses are concerned, it's in a row. Because that's what kept happening to me earlier, too. Is like I was finding verses, but it just kept dropping verse 1. Like, there's a chance I've gotten more verse 1s today than every other verse combines. Which so far this stream is already the case. Because we found, what, 3 verses? 2 of which were 1s? Because we found 2 1s and 1 2. Not to be confused with 1 1 and 2 2. Oh, now it is 2 and 2 though. Because we just found verse 2. You're 2 verse 1s away from 69 sets. Well, you have that many spear sets? I know some people still have like 100 spear sets of all of them. And here I am with my measly 10. I feel like that's an okay reserve to have. I don't want to ever have 0 of them. I always want to keep like something on reserve. And our number just happens to be 10. But that could pretty much be any number. Oh, hello, John. Welcome, welcome. You've done 14 paloozas to date, and you still have 36 left. Nice. Yeah, they give a lot of loot. Like, the first several paloozas you ever do, compared to having never done any ever, it is just such a loot increase with how good they made it. And that's after 3 nerfs as well. Yet they're still absurdly good. They take a little handful of time to go and grind for them, though. And is a little tedious, but you do get a lot of stuff when you finally do open them. It's definitely worth the time, if nothing else. From a loot perspective. Oh, he's gonna live. Luckily, he did not take his kill condition off the board. Singular guard. Actually, that reminds me, Tribute should be ready. Right? Yeah, Tribute. I had a feeling. Our Tribute senses were tingling. That's the redeem code we handed out earlier. And I'll make sure to contact Kafka this weekend to go get more codes. Hey, another verse 2. Gosh. It feels so weird being disappointed with verse 2 now. Because at this rate, it's gonna overtake my 4s. Where are we at right now? Hold up. Look at that. Obviously, still has a ways to go. Yeah, literally just yesterday, it was like, verse 2 is our lowest. Now look at it. Now, can you give me the verse I actually need so I can do more paloozas? Because this is how it's been pretty much all day. Where it'll give me, like, every verse except the one we actually need. The one we actually need now is 3. Because we did not get a lack of verses today. We just got a lack of verses that actually help us get sets. I'm not stopping till we get at least one verse 3 at this point, gosh. Even if it takes half an hour. You're getting at least one verse 3 and then using a palooza. Could take an hour. Let's hope it doesn't take that long, though. I thought that was him for a second. Nope, just a gnome. With a very pitiful amount of souls because he's not the soul gnome. It still has a soul drop that is worse than the worst drop on soul gnome. Which is really weird because his other equivalent drops, like his diamonds, is actually better than the diamond drops overall from Jewel Gnome. Yet his soul drop ratio is so much worse than the Soul Gnome's one. Because if you compare it to his ratio on Jewel Gnome, he's based on his rates, he's actually more diamonds than Jewel Gnome. Which is kind of insane. Because Jewel Gnome is the one that's supposed to drop jewels, which includes diamonds. But when you compare him to Soul Gnome, it's absolutely pitiful, because the worst drop on a Soul Gnome is 1,000, and the normal Gnome has 100 and 500 souls as his options. And even his best soul drop is half the value of Soul Gnome's worst soul drop. Whereas if you compare it to Jewel Gnome, normal Gnome actually gives better diamond rate than Jewel Gnome for giving diamonds. Seriously, look at all these verse 2s. Now that we don't need it anymore, we're gonna get 100 verse 2s. You know what's gonna happen. Verse 2 will go from being our longest duration lowest to becoming our highest. Our new highest at this rate. It has gone from being like -2 to +5 in a singular day. Just literally a singular day of grinding. It has gone from -2 to +5. And what I'm referring to is the difference between it and the lowest numbered verse. Yeah, our verse 3 is our main bottleneck now. Which feels weird to say since this is the first day ever that's the case. As we have now had 3 different numbers be your low. Actually, you know what? That's why I want to go poll. How many different numbers have you had be the lowest? Not which one is your lowest. Let's see, can I word this in a way that makes sense? Let's see. I'm trying to think of how I could word this for a poll. How many different verses... Oh, gosh. This is gonna be so weird to word. How many different verses have been your lowest? Because it's gonna sound like I'm asking which one is the one you have the lowest. But I'm asking how many different numbers have been your lowest in total. Which I have no clue a non-confusing way to do it, because 1, 2, 3, 4 would be the answers regardless. But it would depend on the question then. How many different verses have been your lowest? Oh no, does that make sense? How many different verses have been your lowest? Not which one is your lowest, but how many total have been your lowest? How many different verses total have been your lowest? I don't think there's a single way I can make this poll not sound confusing. But there we go. Let's hope that works. I think you guys kind of know what I'm trying to ask. So anyone just getting here will probably just click whatever one's their actual lowest and not the total number. Because ours is now 3. Not the one that which is even more confusing. Because now the one that I need the most is 3, but also the number of verses that have been my lowest is also 3. Which makes it even more confusing now. Because I'm not referring to 3 being my lowest, but I'm referring to 3 being the number of different verses that have been my lowest. I'm curious if anyone has 4. As in, all 4 of them have been their lowest at some point. At least one person voted for that, so that's interesting. I feel like whoever answers 1 on that poll was very lucky. Seriously, this is just gain verse 2 day for me. From -2 to +6 in a single day. That's not the biggest shift I've ever had with a number. However, it is relevant because it shifted from negative to positive. This doesn't happen too often. Especially with how far away it went. It was -20 or 30 at one point. I want to say -20. Like around -20-ish. And as of today, it's now +6, +7. I'm starting to lose track already. And within a single day, it almost got a +10 difference between its starting number and its ending number. It is weird. I have had a couple days where we've gotten a lot of verse 2s. Even when verse 2 is still my lowest, there were some weird days where we would just get a billion of them. At least relative to other verses. Which is kind of weird that it's been our lowest for so long. Because there were definitely days where we got like almost only verse 2s. Which kind of feels like today. All these verses and you still can't sing. No worries, nor can I. As you guys have probably heard from every time I sing Happy Birthday for whoever wants it. Actually, unless I'm forgetting of any, Isabel's might be the next one. Hey, finally! Verse 3, the one we actually need. He does exist. Let's keep grinding a little bit more, then we'll go for the rest palooza down. Ideally want to double do palooza. Because then we would have started with 2 and then end with 2. I'm gonna see if I can find another one and then we'll end on 2 paloozas then. If we can stop getting verse 2, that is. It feels weird being disappointed with seeing verse 2 now. Because for the last year and a half or so, it has been the one that we have needed the most. And now it is on the path to be our second highest at the rate it's currently increasing by. Hey! Oh, you know what? We can run 2 now. Perfect. Oh, that's what I was looking for. We found it. I guess we'll go through our 2 paloozas then. Unless we're going to try finding a third. No. Oh, no, I think that kind of works. Start with 2, do our little middle, end with 2. Yeah, let me start up those paloozas then. After we run just a few more runs here. You're confused? What did you miss? Oh no, what was your question to? Oh, next what? Oh, I see what your question is about. The next happy birthday we'll have to sing. Since yours is in a little over a week. Practice the Marilyn Monroe happy birthday song. After one more good drop, we'll go run 2 paloozas. And then we'll probably end on those 2 paloozas then. Or 3 if that last drop happens to be another verse 3. Though I slightly doubt it, though you never know. Yeah, a lot of November and December birthdays. You only want Ditto loots? No, she also wanted a couple Love Ball Pokemon. She only asked for Chansey, but I have a few others in mind as well if I can get more balls. They're a lot harder to get in Scarlet and Violet, though. It's probably because they're going to make them easier to get into DLC to encourage people to get the DLC. They're always so stingy with it on the launch version. Like, they're still obtainable. Hey, okay, we do get to run 3 versus 3s. Perfect. Alright, let's start doing it then. Nice. Because that means we have 3 3s. Which is enough to go run 3 of them now. Alright, let's go do it. Alright, let's go head over to Paloozas. I mean, let me go set my team. And then we'll go start doing the 3 paloozas then. And then we'll end on those 3 paloozas. Perfect. Alright, let's go and put it over there, put it over there. And let's get rolling. Cookie clipped my tour shiny hunt? Why? What happened that was funny during it? I don't recall anything funny happening. Unless we missed a shiny, and I didn't realize it. Which could be the case, because their shiny looks near identical to their not shiny. Oh, the ramming part? Yeah, that was kind of funny. I think we got, like, almost stun-locked for a moment, which is a really dumb feature that they added. That wasn't a problem in some of the other games they had. Where, because it keeps putting you slightly in a different location every time you enter a battle, you can basically get stun-locked by NPCs, or, you know, by the Pokemon trying to fight you. Because you'll get into a battle with one, you'll run away, it then spawns you instantly onto another one, you run away, it then instantly spawns you on another one, you run away, it then instantly spawns you on another one. And it's just like a repeating cycle that can go on for way too long. Like, I'm not sure why they didn't add any invincibility frames to when you run. Makes no sense. Like, it could easily be fixed by just adding, like, anywhere from, like, 1 to 3 seconds of invincibility once you get out of a fight. But there's, like, 0 seconds of invincibility. Oh, is it innuendo thing? I probably didn't even notice when I said it. Because I didn't intend for it to sound that way. Oh, an epic Volkey. I feel like we've gotten, like, no epic Volkeys today. That might actually be our first, unless I was missing one. I might just not spotted the other ones. Because that's really bad if that's our first one. Because this is our 3rd Palooza we're running. And if that's our very first epic Volkey, we are really below average on epic Volkeys today. What has this stream turned into? I have no clue. The chat goes all over the place sometimes. The Pokemon streams are best past midnight. We only did 2 of them past midnight, and it was around launch time. I don't think I would do it again anytime soon, necessarily. Unless they added a lot of content on a given day that we could grind out at night. is I think their updates normally hit at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Which means if we were to do it, it'd be after the Gems of War stream. If we were to do it on like the exact day when something big launches. But normally I just do it the day after, kind of like what we did yesterday with Friday. Because they had a big patch on like Thursday night, but I didn't bother doing it till Friday morning. Oh no, that big Volky, okay. They do exist. Maybe after this verse, we'll run 2 more and then we'll call it a night then. Basically keep consuming them until we get back to 10 and we'll be neutralized again. At our average states of just always keep 10. And then tomorrow we'll do a mix of grinds for it all. We might just start at normal time tomorrow, because there are several things I need to do in the morning as well as throughout the day. But I will try to go a little bit longer tomorrow. Exactly how long is to be determined. That'll be the last day we could really vault grind of the year, unless they're going to add a secret one for the holidays. This is tomorrow is the very last vault event day of the year. So we'll do one last big hurrah. Assuming it's the very last one. Or for the year anyways. Obviously we'll have another one in January. If they don't add one for the holidays. Also, I feel like December goes by very quick. Like, I know it's only December 3rd. But it doesn't even feel like December started yet. And it's already December 3rd. I remember last year, December felt like 5 days long. With how quickly it moved. Like, out of any year, or any month of the year, I definitely feel like it moves the quickest. Probably because of the holidays, of course. Exactly 0 shards. At least we won't have to worry about chests for a while. I thought it was already Monday. Time flies. Actually, do we even get anything next week in Gems of War? Isn't it just like a Guild War week? I think the most relevant thing next week is just that it's a Guild War week. I don't think we're really getting much otherwise. This is standard, normal stuff. Though we do have some holiday events going on in the game around Christmas time. Hopefully with some good loot. One of them, of course, is using the new system that was added in the previous patch. Of which we only had one event for it so far, and it was the October one for Halloween, of course. When am I going to be seeing my family? Likely the end of this month, around New Year's time. I still don't have an official date. I actually will probably know tomorrow, oddly enough. That's not the main thing I need to get done tomorrow. However, it is probably one thing I'm getting done tomorrow. Is I should hopefully know the official date of when I'll be gone. Which is likely about a week duration. And I'll let you guys know tomorrow night if I do know that info. It should only be a week unless I get snowed in. But it hasn't happened for a very long time. Like, so far in the last decade, there's only really been one time where I went down there and we got snowed in. Like, we've had snow there many times, just never, like, so much snow that it got snowed in only the once. It was really funny, too, because the flight kept getting canceled, but I didn't lose the money for it because it was them canceling. But I recall it getting canceled, then I had to go reinstate the flight. Then it got canceled, then I had to reinstate the flight. Then it got canceled again, and they were like, okay, we're just going to give you the flight for whenever. Just do it whenever. Ooh, 4 glory gnomes. Too bad you're not the final drop. That'd be some insane glory. That'd be at least 2,000 glory if that wasn't the reduced amount. Even closer to 2,500. Unfortunately, what we actually got for it was probably like 300-400. This is not the actual final fight, because we're only getting about 10% of total loot. Technically slightly more. I think we're getting roughly... It depends how quickly we win. Well, also the level disparity thing. But I think we're getting about 13% of loot on the average fight. So how quickly I can influence it slightly. I believe it's around 13% or so. Alright, what's with all the 4s? Is it just gonna give me 4 of everything? There's 4 jewel gnomes. Something I can't recall ever happening. Probably because I pretend they don't exist. So it's hard to see when they're actually there. I was curious, on the poll, about 50% of people are in the, well, technically 48%. But about half are on the 2 being the lowest that you've ever had. Not specifically 2, but, you know, 2 total. Which I guess makes sense. Because that means one of them was your lowest by default, and then another one overtook it at some point. 4 would definitely be the rarest. Though to some degree, I could also see 1 being the rarest. Oh, another epic Volkey. What is the lowest right now? The lowest is 1. Oh yeah, 1 actually is the lowest right now. Interesting. The least amount of people have only ever had 1 verse be their absolute lowest number of verses. Not specifically the verse 1 itself, but you know, total number of them being 1. Which honestly is probably the luck. Actually, would that be the luckiest or the unluckiest people? Now that I think about it. Because to some degree, that could be the unluckiest people. Because that means you probably have 1 that's like at plus 50. If not more. Like you probably have 1 verse that's just like absurdly high. And all the rest of them are also relatively high compared to your lowest. Because it would have to be a margin of difference so large that it would never have passed. Which means your closest ones are like probably 20 plus away. And your highest one might be like anywhere from like 50 to 100 away. Or something similar. Because I feel like anyone who's had 4 shifts probably have the lowest number of difference between their 4 verses. Most likely. Not necessarily. Like, their number difference is probably within, like, 10 to 30. Or someone who's only had 1 or 2 different verses be their lowest. Probably have a lot wider gap between their numbers. So theoretically, anyone who's found 4 different ones, or even 3, are kind of in the luckier camp. Particularly 4. As having that many be your lowest would statistically make your numbers more likely to be similar. Oh yeah, my migraine went away from yesterday. I just needed some rest. And I got plenty of rest today. Though I did still end up waking up like super early. Unintentionally. I think it's just my brain getting ready for seeing family. Because my grandma always gets up at like 6 a.m. or something. And I've been waking up at that time like every single day lately. Because normally I don't get up till like 10 or noon. But lately it's been like 5 or 6 a.m. every morning. Are you seeing family on Monday? Nice. Alright, let me make sure to wait a few seconds here. Ooh, double glory dome. Love to see it. Waiting, waiting, waiting. I guess should be good to go. Ooh, 1,500 glory. Nice. Not bad. Highest roll and middle roll. Now, how many more verses do we have? 2 more, right? Yeah, we gotta go do 2 more. Yep, 2 more. Okay, let's go do 2 more then. Start up the next one. Get it rolling. Oh, wait, do I need that skull? Wait, before we do. I do. Good thing I checked, because I might have forgotten to take this thing. Alright, let me go grab this real quick. Where's my Zolga? Oh, never mind. I don't need Zolga for this. Wait, wrong team. Your Bard Clash is leveled to 69. Nice. Don't encourage Lester, though. For you, it's 3 a.m.? Oh, gosh. I know in some instances in school, I woke up that early, particularly college. But even just in normal school, too. Because I was definitely the last-minute kind of person, as it helps me focus to get everything done. And there was definitely some mornings I've woken up that early in order to actually finish everything. Oh no, it's webbed. My win condition. Where'd it go? Of all the things to be webbed, it's the one thing I need to not be webbed on the entire team. Quite unfortunate. Like, there's only one thing on the whole team that needs to not be webbed. And it's currently the thing that is webbed. And refuses to get unwebbed. There we go, gosh. That took forever. That's not supposed to be the hard fight. Well, technically none of them are, but you know what I mean. But I can't remember the last time I've stayed up all night trying to finish something. It's definitely been a while. I feel like in college and high school it happened a lot. Actually, I think the last time I had to do it was that one time I went away. I think it was actually to see family the last time. Or was it to see friends? Was it friends or family that time? I can't remember. But last year? Yeah, last year. Not this year, but the previous year. Right? Was it? Yeah, it was last year. But yeah, last year. Gosh, time is flying by. Yeah, it was last year, right? I can't remember. But I think it was last year. But basically, when we covered the 1,000 troops stuff, because I did that a little bit last minute and just compiled all of them. Because I was up almost all day doing those. When we covered the, we basically went over all 1,000 troops in the entire game of Gems of War. Spreading it across by rarity just so it wasn't all one gigantic video that was like 6 hours long. Instead it was a bunch of different videos that were all like an hour long or so. Or whatever it came out to. But yeah, that I almost stayed up all night to go record. Anyways, let's go through a palooza. Because most just want to get the crown thingy out the way. I mean, not the crown, but the skull, I mean. Yeah, we're all good to go. Anyways, alright, let's go around palooza. Got 2 more paloozas to go around. Let's go do the second one. I want to go do the third. Oh, forgot to start the timer. Good, we're already on the right team. Is the Gnome event fixed as it's running with Kingdom event? Yes. They have fixed the event. The events have been fixed. There was a glitch for a while, however, the Kingdom event and corresponding with a Vault event does work correctly now. Whatever issues it originally had have all been fixed. So I think we might make this the last palooza we do for now. Just because I do actually want to grab a bite to eat after this. Probably should have before we started. Hey, if nothing else, we'll have more verses to use tomorrow night. Yeah, this will be the last one we do for now then. So any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. And then tomorrow night, hopefully I'll have a few more verses farmed off stream. And then we'll just go crazy with it tomorrow night. And see what we can end on. The goal is to move towards 5,000. If we actually reach 5,000 is definitely within question. And we'll see how close we can get. I believe after tonight we're going to be about 300-ish short. There's a good chance we won't go all the way. Because I think to go all the way tomorrow night, we'd have to go for like 8 to 10 hours. But I don't plan to farm that long, that's for sure. Now, are we going to go all the way till reset? Probably not. We'll be lucky if we even make it to midnight. It really depends how tired I am from everything I'm doing throughout the day, honestly. How long tomorrow night's stream will be. Because it might be worn out from everything. Oh, we're gonna be so close to getting a level, but we're not quite gonna make it. Means we got that almost that whole level to stream, if I'm not mistaken, then. Because that was pretty much like right at the bar. Hey, Epic Valky. Very nice. Surrounded by useless street stones, though. Which are not as nice. I wonder what the, actually, the files may already have it. I wonder what the, Dragonite gnome looks like. We're probably not going to see him too often, because there's no way he's going to be... Like, he's going to be the same rarity as Cursed Gnome, realistically. Which, we all know how common that is. Or a lack thereof. Because it's definitely not going to be a standard gnome. Like, you're not going to see it as much as, like, a Soul Gnome or a Glory Gnome or something similar. Hello, Tyrion. Is this live? This is very much live. Welcome. Yeah, we're still going. This is the last palooza we're doing for the stream, though. And then we'll finish the hunt tomorrow night. Your friend just left. Hope it all went well. Yeah, I'll probably finally be meeting up with a good friend early next year. They might actually be down for a couple months. Normally I don't have guests over too often. Or if it is, you guys don't generally hear about it because, you know, just for like a day or something. Very rarely is it like weeks or months at a time. Actually, I think the last time any friend of mine has been over for weeks was, gosh, 2019. It's been a while. Pandemic kind of happened. You were doing Pokemon Go and Scarlet and Violet, that's funny. You remember that's when the box arrived? Yes, the box. The box. The infamous box. What's in the box? It shall remain a secret for now. We will eventually say what it is. I just feel like it's more interesting not knowing. Because I feel like we've overhyped that box so much that once you hear what's inside the box, it's like, oh, no, it's not anything. Probably bondage stuff? No. I mentioned it before. It's something so out there that, like, you can have 100 guesses and you will not get it. You cannot end the stream until we get a level. Well, how close are we? We might accidentally get it during this palooza. And if we don't, then, cliffhanger. I know, it's basically Scrotunger's cat at this point. Is what the box is. You're close to level 2000, your bar is filling in. Ooh, nice. Hopefully you'll get it soon. Oh gosh, another one of these? Fine, I'll take it. Where's my Explore 12 team? That means we found 2 mimics during this. Bring the mimic counter up. Oh gosh, the mimic counter is overlapped with number. It's just a mesh of numbers now. Oh no, that's a big miss. You say, please hit a skull already. Oh, so thank you for the 2-tower tip, Isabel. Oh no, it's a box. I can't see what those text says though. Why is it so small on it? Can't even read it. Come on, YouTube. Can't read what the box says. I don't know what's in the box. Oh, where's my thing? Oh, it says unboxing. Also, let me go update my mimic number. The one that's overlapping the other number currently. There we go. It has been fixed. Oh, I forgot to make it invisible though. There we go. Hey, an epic Volkey, nice. You just hit 1096, nice. Why so many people hitting 2000 this year? Was it like everyone's goal to go hit level 2000? Like, I feel like dozens upon dozens of people that I know are hitting it this year. And we're still stuck at not even 1,800. We'll get there eventually. I mentioned a while back that us hitting 2,000 will be like the end goal of our level. At which point we like barely care about EXP after that. It's like one of those milestones, like having all the hero classes finally be level 100, where you just kind of stop caring about it, because at that point, well, you don't have any more XP to get. In the case of level 2000 hero, there realistically is no more XP to get. Like, the number still keeps moving up. But for all intents and purposes, you're like as maxed as it gets once you hit 2000. You don't really need more. Has anyone used a good Diamantia team yet? I'm actually not sure what the overall meta will be for it. And I won't have it till probably anywhere from January to March. Get 1,400? Nice. Oh, first year of playing and you already hit 1,400? Yeah, that's actually really high. Don't you find it amazing how active some new players are? But yeah, it's very easy to catch up in Gems of War. I feel like to some new players it might seem intimidating. But if you go about it well, it honestly isn't that hard to catch up to where most people are within a year of playing the game. As long as you have like a general direction. Like it might be kind of clueless the first month or two. But like after that and you figure out like kind of what you need to do, it's definitely doable within a year to catch up to like an account within a year can almost look like our account as far as progress. Obviously not absolutely everything, but at least decently similar. The main difference being you're probably missing a lot of weapons and a lot of mythics. But you'd still have pretty similar stat lines because those kingdoms start moving up very quickly. Especially getting 5 stars and 10 stars these days. Way easier than it was in the past. That's because as more and more troops come into the game, the lower star levels are easier to meet. This will be our final battle of the stream. Let's see what we get here. Currently 1 billion souls. Hopefully 10,000 or so. Give it a few extra seconds just in case. And there we go. Right, what do we get here? Nice! Triple max roll. Soul Gnome has been doing good tonight. Look at that. 15,000 souls. We're almost at 17 million now. Oh, there we go. We got 25 pity sitting over there. Anyways, guys. I do believe we are going to wrap it here. We will continue to hunt tomorrow night. Same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Though hopefully we'll go... I'm not sure how long we're going to be going for tomorrow night. But we're definitely going to be a bit away from one of our goals, which was the 5,000. We are currently counting pity about 250 off. Which, are we going to go all the way? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe. Maybe not. Probably not, but we'll see. It depends. It's definitely doable tomorrow night if we really, really wanted to. I'm just not sure if we'll go for that long necessarily. But we'll move towards 5,000. We actually go all the way, still within question. But it is definitely possible within tomorrow night stream we could. Like, how many paloozas would that be on average? Like 8-ish? 9-ish? Counting pity, probably 9-ish. Yeah, I think that's 9. Because let's assume we get 20 per thing. And this number is already basically a 60. So 20 per thing, that means we would need... We also have to count the other pity. So let's count our current pity stack as 50-ish. That would mean we would need 220. Which means we would need 11 paloozas. I have 1. The problem with that is we'd have to farm 10 paloozas. Using 10 paloozas, that takes like 3 hours. But farming to get 10 paloozas takes longer than 3 hours total. So we'll see. We'll be somewhat close though. We'll see exactly how it ends out. But anyways, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck. Stay safe out there. Best of luck if you're going to be hunting for the Vault event. Still goes on all the rest of today and all of tomorrow. And I'll be doing it tomorrow night and go from there. Let's see. Just looking bats. Oh, it was Lester asking. Is that the Android pet level 20? Oh yeah, it comes with enough copies to get it maxed. Same as the Steam pet. Where it comes with enough copies to just automatically get it maxed. It should be, right? It's called Droid Bot. I'm pretty sure it did. Where is it? Where's the little Droid Bot? Wait, is it not called Droid Bot? What's his name? Actually, I completely forget what his name is now. Where is he? There he is. Oh yeah, he's called Droid Bot. Oh, this is in the wrong section. Yeah, it gives you enough to max it out. Same as the Steam pet. It comes with like all the food to max it, the pet itself. It's really overpriced, but it does come with everything to be good to go on it. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy your weekend. Best of luck out there. Stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.